Because they voted for their own staffs to be deported.
These farm owner dudes, they're saying, well, we thought the blacks would come back and do the jobs because they don't have jobs. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but black people have jobs, and you thought you were getting your slaves back is basically what you were saying. That's what you thought.
Texas is continuing the F around and find out stage. Guess what just hit 0 before Donald Trump's approval rating? Right there. Farm labor attendance, 0. Entire fields, whole crews are ghosting fields, leaving fruits and vegetables to rot because the Donald Trump administration is too busy playing cat and mouse with people who just want to feed America. To the MAGA people who are saying that immigrants are taking your job, this right here is your opportunity. Pick yourselves up by the bootstraps, get those buckets, and pick those strawberries. No more hiding behind those welfare checks that are padded behind blue state dollars. You wanted the raids, you got them. Now get in those fields and pick those fruits and vegetables before you watch the produce aisle turn to a luxury boutique section. Chop chop, MAGA. And that's it.
So apparently they had this group chat or group call where the white MAGA farmers were upset and saying the only reason why they voted for shitty britches was because they thought the blacks didn't have jobs and the blacks would come back and work their fields. They thought they were going to get slavery back by voting for shitty britches. But
I saw somebody's TikToks and they said that on Twitter, farmers were saying that they thought after workers were deported that black people would come to work on their farms.
PSA, black people are not scared nor worried. We are prepared because we've lived this experience the entirety of the inception of this country. So just because you are starting to notice and getting scared doesn't mean we are required to be. We quite literally know how to survive through these things, and we've been telling you the exact same things forever, but we have gotten ignored because we're always on the totem pole as far as society goes. So black people are not mobilizing because of any other reason other than we already knew this was going to happen, and therefore we are already doing what we always do, which is be resilient and do dope stuff anyway. I think the rest of the world, so white women in America, Latinos in America, and anyone else who decides that they need to see more black action, first remember, we already know how to go through this, and we have, and we literally will. Even if a Democrat comes into office, we're probably still going to have to deal with the racism and microaggressions of everyday life, because it's true. You may not. That's also real. So remember, you are not as informed on this type of scenario of extreme prejudice as any black person, and therefore do not get to tell us how to act about it. You sit, you go ahead and put your boots on and start walking around. We'll jump in when it looks like you really, really mean it. How about that? That's how it's going to happen. I'm just telling you. Black people are very aware. Like, no matter how good the world is for white women, I still have to worry about getting pulled over by the police and just threatened for no other reason. That's literally my life every day and every other black person's. This is the thing. It's just true. Systemic racism existed this entire time while you were sitting there thinking everything was peaches and rainbows. So now that it's all falling apart, why would you expect the people who are already living?
It seems crazy to me. I just seen a scale that they put out talking about how much money each demographic makes, which to me is crazy that you even release those numbers. But nevertheless, I just don't understand. This is why the farmers is messed up now, because they see that and they see African Americans at the bottom making $35,000 a year, and they don't know we've been out here grinding and taking care of ourselves this whole time. Because I get mad stuff for free. Like, I don't know anybody who makes $35,000 like on paper who lives at $35,000. Like, they still get their hair done, get their nails done, get everything done, because, and you like, how you getting that done? They talk about it, people like, oh, she goes to get EBT, but she got her nails done and she do that because you know that my man down the street, he flips cars and he gonna let me drive this one as long as I watch his son. Do you know that my girl, she does my hair for free as long as I, hook her up every now and then and come through with the fish plates? Like, we've been on that. We got a whole circuit of people. That's how we move. That's how we live.
Black Americans are the blueprint of black people, honey. Get it together.
I'm so tired of videos like that, and I'm also tired of the responses because I feel like they just drift us more forward.
She on her kumbaya. That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Go on, girl. Fight the power for the people.
I just find it funny that my video was used from 50 years ago. A black American who was defending her people, number one, because I responded to somebody saying some BS to me. That's why I said that in the video. It's plenty of fresh black British people, fresh black African people that you could have used who just said something disrespectful. But of course not. This the video that brought her to tears. Girl, please. She ain't say nothing bad. I'm not going to crap on nobody who said, oh, we should all be united. We should all love each other. Cool, I hear you. But then in the comments like, well, maybe it's just the way she's taught. It's the way she learned. We can't fault her for that. Girl, please be for real. Black Africans of all people know. Let you talk about a Nigerian. Let you talk about somebody from Ghana. Let you talk about somebody from wherever. They gonna defend their people. That's just what it is. Period. The moment I defend mine, now you went to tears. Please, baby. It was never no love lost. But if you think I'm never gonna defend my people, you got another thing coming, sweets. We can come on here, we can preach about how we the same color, but it's not gonna change the way things go. We know what y'all mamas and papas and grandparents think about us. Y'all can preach all day that we the same color, we got the same this, we got the same that. But when you come down to it, we are completely different. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
This message is for Black American women only. I love you. I really do. And I implore you to prune that friend circle, and you know what I'm talking about. I want you to keep your plans, whatever you're organizing, to yourself. Keep it to yourself. And keep it off of these apps. Do not let anyone know what you are doing, because if you had any doubts before, you now know. It is really just us. It is a sad day, but I'm optimistic because there's no more doubt in my mind. And with that comes a lot of clarity. Be well.
Every black person and every person of color stop going to work, this whole shit goes down. Ain't gonna be no restaurants. Ain't gonna be no deliveries. They already getting rid of their farm hands. So ain't gonna be no harvest. Who gonna work the Family Dollar? Who working at Walmart? Who working in them fucking warehouses? Black people and other people of color. Overwhelmingly doing these jobs. No more nanny. You gotta take care of your own baby now. No more hotel concierge. No more doorman. No more Uber driver. If black people and other people of color, fuck these folks. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. Fuck these white people. If we was to band together and do a general strike, this whole shit go down. They always telling us to go back to where we come from. Go back to your country. You want to get here? Do it the right way. How about you just stop working for a little bit? 30 days. I guarantee you this shit fall to its fucking knees and they begging for us to come back. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. We don't gotta go nowhere. If everybody stop paying rent, how they gonna get the rent? And you think they got enough people to evict everybody? They don't. They don't. Invitation homes ain't got enough people to evict everybody. The black cops stopped going to work. Oh shit, ain't no police in Atlanta.
All right, welcome back. Let me do this in an African way. Let's do this in an African way, in a black community way. Like, let me be honest with you. Black labor is not your backup plan. Let me be clear with the American farmers, white American, and everybody who was living in America depending on black people. Black labor is never and is not your backup plan. Let me be clear with you. All right? Let me be honest with you. Black labor, it can never be your backup plan. All right? So, welcome back. Here we don't just react on headlines. We examine what we reveal. Before we tell you anything, we have to go through and dig in deeper into this whole thing. Today's story is about, is really just being straight direct to white Americans, all right? Not emotional, not hostile, just honesty to everybody watching the video. Now, as labor shortages grow across America, one expectation keeps surfacing quietly but clearly that black labor should step in and fill the gap. But who is willing to do that? The video is explaining why many black Americans say no to some kind of things. I have clips here of them saying no to this kind of life. Watch them There are many, but if you watch the video till the end of the video, you will find something that you will learn something that from the black community that it's growing, it's rising, it's not awakening, and they know that now they deserve better. They can still know some things because the community need to be respected, need to be seen, not to be called anytime they want and chased away anytime they want. Clips here. I will come back with more commentary.
To make this video, just to make something very, very clear to the white man. Black Americans do not care about your government shutdown. Black Americans do not care about you taking away our EBT and our government assistance, because Black Americans never depended on the American government to take care of us and feed us, because we never could. So you can sit back and you can mock, you can laugh, you can think that you're about to starve us to death. I'm here to let you know that we are going to eat regardless, even if we have to hunt you animals down and roast and eat you. The delectable crackers and cheese. We will make it happen if we have to. Trust and believe.
Now, among other things, if you're going to shop for groceries during this government shutdown, you have to keep these videos in mind. There are many, many threats like it. Many people receiving food stamps who would rather rob you and even kill you and eat you, apparently, than have to pay for their own groceries.
So let's see what the numbers say, Matt Walsh. In the fiscal year of 2023 among SNAP participants, non-Hispanic white individuals made up 35.4% of recipients. Non-Hispanic black African American individuals made up about 25.7% of recipients. Hispanic of any race were about 15.6% of recipients. So, Matt Walsh, you do know most black people, African Americans, I'm not an African American, I'm a human. I don't believe in social constructs. White people are Hispanic. All that mess ain't nothing but a social construct. Go do your research. But listen, let me tell you something. This right here was a disingenuous video because most black people hadn't even been on government assistance. I understand what happened back in the 70s, but let's just look at the stats. I just showed y'all the numbers. There are more white people. I hate using that word, but there are more Caucasian people, whatever you want to call them, on SNAP benefits. Okay, now when it comes to food stamps per household, there are more black people because there are a lot of single mothers. At the end of the day, whatever the dynamics of reasons why there are more single mothers, that's cool. But this is what I want to tell you. Why don't you go deal with the majority of Caucasian people that are receiving SNAP benefits, whose benefits are being taken from them? Post a video of their reaction. Let me tell you something. Most black people, we not tripping on that. We done went through slavery. We can name a whole host of things of how we have been disenfranchised, mistreated, have racial disparities against us. Listen, we done had our back against the wall our whole life. Bro, we gonna be all right. Pork and beans, serve sandwiches. Matt Walsh, we gonna be okay. I promise you. We all right. It's a very few people who are spazzing out and tripping like this. But this is my thing. This is a disingenuous video because majority of black people not tripping like that, bro. We not tripping like that. I ain't never been on government system in my whole life. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, go post a video of the Caucasian or white people, however you want to say it, of those whose benefits have been taken away, who will be affected by the government shutdown, and let's see their response. And I'll deal with my people. We'll deal with our own people. Appreciate you, Matt.
It is your choice. When you get kicked out, you will want to come home. Get kicked out of America as an American citizen. This is getting so played out. Black Americans, Afro-Americans are not immigrants. What the fuck don't y'all understand? We are as much American as white people. Do you know that majority of us were here before a lot of white people migrated here? They actually came through Ellis Island in the late 1800s, early 1900s. We were here before mostly any of these other fucking groups of people that you see. We're not immigrants, beloved. Come back home. Come home where? America is our homeland. We were here before this country was established. Why can't y'all conceive of that? It's got to be intention. Like, I feel like I keep making the same video over and over, but I'm just going to keep fucking making it because y'all not about to keep getting up here trying to push this narrative and trying to create a reality for us, because words are spells, and I understand the power of the tongue. You will constantly say, you're going to get kicked out. You're going to get deported. You don't have Black Americans are not immigrants. Whatever type of energy y'all trying to invoke, whatever type of demon, whatever type of spell y'all trying to cast, is not going to work. We are not immigrants. We are not getting kicked out of our homeland. We are written into the Constitution. We are from here. We helped to build this country. We are not immigrants. They ain't kicking nobody the fuck out nowhere and going home where this is our home. We're not from Africa. I don't have any direct descendants from Africa. I don't have a direct lineage in Africa. I don't have aunts and uncles in Africa. I cannot travel to Africa without having to get all types of vaccinations and shots because my genetics, my DNA, I would get sick. I would catch all types of diseases. I am a foreigner over there. I'm not an African person. And if I have any African ancestry hundreds and hundreds of centuries ago, it is not a prevalent thing. Y'all are not telling anybody else. Y'all harping on this out of Africa theory when it comes to us because y'all want to fucking be identified and y'all want to be able to tether to us because we lit the fuck up. We are a lit group of people. Y'all ain't doing this to the motherfuckers on Pacific Islands. Y'all not doing this to the people up in Canada. Y'all ain't doing it to the motherfuckers in Brazil. Y'all are only doing it to us here in America. I'm sending that energy back to return to sender. We are home. We are home. Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
I am what the country fears the most. I'm a black man who owns his own business, runs his own farm, has his own property, and plans on having 4 children with his own wife. I got one on the way that's due on September the 30th, end of this month, and I already got a toddler. I am what the rising demographic fears the most. You want to know why? Because what they aren't telling you is that because people aren't having children is an asset now. What they aren't telling you is that while some of you in the black community are selling off your grandmama's house, having property, especially farm property, is an asset now. I want you to understand something, right? If you are a black man and you are independent, you are successful, you are running your own business, especially if you are a black farmer who are, by the stats, the lowest, the least likely part of the black community. I want you to understand something. You are a targeted demographic. Everybody wants to appeal to you. The Democratic Party wants to appeal to you because you are going to be the influencers in the future. So a lot of people talk all this smack about people like me and others. I want you to get used to me. Because I'm the person that they're going to be sending out campaign letters to. People they're going to be asking for donations from. Not only am I a black man who has his own property, his own products that he sells to people, I ship to people, and I got some back orders I will get to you. But aside from that, I even have my own social media accounts where I have influence.
So black Americans are considered the black default.
Okay, so I wanted to respond to this because the original creator is basically making an argument that non-American black people sort of have a right to speak about black media because American cultural hegemony has made the black American experience the default black experience globally. And so therefore, like, non-American black people have sort of the right to talk about black American stories because American imperialism has made America the default, and by extension, black America the default. And while I don't disagree with this premise, I do sort of disagree with the conclusions because I feel like there's some erasing, and this is where I think the whole thing of non-American black people speaking on black American experiences once again comes back up. So first, I want to address the representation that black people have, that black Americans have in the Oscars has been hard fought and it's still not enough. I want to say it was like 2016, but it's like in recent years that black actors, actresses, entertainers were talking about Oscars so white because there's no black, there was very little black representation. And to this day, there's still not it's still an extremely small number, damn near single digit numbers and I'm not a film critic, so I'm sort of trying to speak from memory, don't take what I'm saying as fact, but in general, it is a fact that not a lot of black people in general win awards at the Oscars, and especially not for the top categories. And so it's like black Americans barely have representation in these award shows, and the representation.
It seemed crazy to me. I just seen a scale that they put out talking about how much money each demographic makes, which to me is crazy that you even release those numbers. But nevertheless, I just don't understand. This is why the farmers is messed up now, because they see that and they see African Americans at the bottom making $35,000 a year, And they don't know we've been out here grinding and taking care of ourselves this whole time. Because I get mad stuff for free. Like, I don't know anybody who makes $35,000 like on paper who lives at $35,000. Like, they still get their hair done, get their nails done, get everything done because, and you like, how you getting that done? They talk about it, people like, oh, she goes to get EBT, but she got her nails done and she do the, because you know that my man down the street, he flips cars and he gonna let me drive this one as long as I watch his son. Do you know that my girl, she does my hair for free as long as I, you know, hook her up every now and then and come through with the fish plates? Like, we've been on that. We got a whole circuit of people. That's how we move. That's how
Trump basically tells Fox News that he regrets busting down on the immigrants and sending them back home because his farmers now need help. And all I can say is I knew he was going to regret this shit because there's no person really working harder than an immigrant due to the simple fact that they're on a mission. They're on a mission. They come to this country just to work. Immigrant is probably the hardest working person you know. Hands down. No ifs or buts about it. And it's just like they was not bothering you. I knew in the end time you were going to need these people to take care of life in America. If you really think about it, who are building these bridges that we drive on? Immigrants. Who are building these houses? Immigrants. Who are cutting the grass? Immigrants. So now that your farmers are in need, you want to double down and say, oh, we're going to bring back the immigrants and make sure they come legally. It's not easy to get rid of them. Well, you try to challenge the situation.
I just seen a video on here. Well, African girl is on here saying, "Oh, well, ICE is now deporting Black Americans. Where the fuck is they gonna deport us to, bitch? They gonna deport me back to St. Louis where my daddy from, bitch? They want it to be us so bad. They're not after us. See, we've been fighting these motherfuckers for generations and generations. They can't send us anywhere. Okay? It's nowhere for them to send us. This is our land just as much as it is theirs. We built this motherfucker. Didn't you hear what Trump said? It's us. The fuck is y'all talking about? And truly, we was here before them. And then y'all want to get on here and talk shit about us. And then turn around and ask us to unite with you guys. If we probably gonna unite with any fucking body, it'll probably be the Mexicans. Duh. And stop saying that I'm African. I'm not African. My ancestors are Cherokee and Choctaw Indians. You know, with the feathers. That's me. That's us. But it's okay. Y'all don't have to drag us into y'all bullshit. I mean, we get it. Trump is doing a damn fool on everybody. But at the end of the day, why y'all gotta...
So you want to deport everyone, huh? In 2011, North Carolina needed 6,500 farm workers. Only 268 legal Americans applied. 245 were hired, but only 163 showed up to the first day. Worse, only 7 lasted till the end of the growing season. Migrant workers aren't taking your jobs. They're doing the jobs you would never do. And while they're doing that, they're paying taxes into Social Security, which they will never get back. And you want to deport them all. Have fun working on the...
So this Caucasian couple from West Virginia, they was just sentenced to hundreds and hundreds of years for adopting these black kids. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't keeping them fed. They wasn't keeping them with good clothing or nothing. They had them working in harsh conditions, no AC, no none of that. The kids was malnourished, all type of stuff. And this went on for a while. This case happened in 2023, but they just got sentenced and all of that. You feel me? And it's crazy that they didn't highlight this story. You know what I'm saying? You know how they make certain stories like real big, but we know why though. We understand why. But We have to protect these kids, our kids, other kids, you feel me, that don't have no control of their life. You know, as a kid, you just gotta just be there and hopefully everything just go well, know what I'm saying? But that don't always be the case. These little adoption agencies, they just be letting anybody adopt these kids, you feel me? These people is throwed off. They don't love themselves, so they gonna take it out on these kids, and they ain't doing nothing but collecting checks anyway. These people had these black kids from the ages of 5 to 16 working on a farm as slaves? Slaves, bruh. Modern day slavery, that's what that is, bruh. And them kids ain't asked for that, dog. See, I don't like talking about stuff like this. You feel me? I don't like talking about stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? But
whoa. Have y'all heard about the Caucasian couple that adopted 5 black kids and made them slaves on a farm? Yes, they were just convicted of human trafficking. The woman got 215 years. The man got 160 years. And I'm going to pin the article in the caption of this video so y'all can read this shit. But basically, the kids lived in deplorable conditions. Like they were locked in a shed for like 12 hours. They didn't have no running water. They had to use buckets as like toilets and stuff. And you can look this story up. It's everywhere right now. And they said that, you know, one of the neighbors called the police to do a welfare check because they seen the dude had took one of the kids and, you know, locked them away and left the house. So they like, well, damn, what the fuck going on? Said that they led the police. Well, when the police got there and did the welfare check, they found the kids or whatever, arrested the couple on site. But the husband ended up telling the police where the 5th child was at. The 5th child was at a friend's home. What? What the fuck is going on? I'm finna pin the article. Y'all go read it. Because what the fuck is, what is going on?
Let me begin by the pattern that American refuse to admit. Not just American, white American refuses to admit this. Throughout American history, black labor has been there for a long time, has been seen as a replaceable people, disposable labor and on demand for many countries. You feel me? When the economy expands, the black labor is being exploited. When it contracts, black workers are blamed. When other labor disappears, black people are expected to just to get in and chip and replace anybody that is leaving the country. This ain't opportunity. This is a pattern that has been there for longest time. The pattern that has been there destroy everybody. And this pattern matters a lot to any black person out here. Feel me? Another thing is about labor shortages and false solution to Americans, the white Americans. So recent deportations and laborers crackdown has exposed how dependent entire industry are on vulnerable workers, right? Instead of rising wages, instead of improving conditions, this whole thing is quickly turned to why don't black Americans take the jobs? Why don't black men, black women, black girls, black boys come and take these jobs from us? But black Americans now have seen this whole thing happening. What's really happened to them? Are they being used? How are they being seen by this whole government? System has been meant to be like that. So they are not being invested into ownership. They are being called out into replacement. To replace the workers that have been living in America, the immigrants. Right? They are being called to replace some people that left the country. So saying no to the job, it ain't laziness. Let's be clear here, by the way. Refusing exploitative labor is often framed as a laziness or entitlement. So somebody think that they can call you anytime they want, go anytime you want. That framing is dishonest. Right? So black Americans are now working. They are now building. They are now contributing. What they are rejecting is low pay, high risk, no protection, and no future in America. Honestly, you can't buy land in America and build their house because that first thing first, that age country, you're just there as an immigrant. Right? So I'm going to go there and buy a house there and just live there happily with their family and everything. All right? So, choosing dignity over desperation is not refusal, it is discernment. Right? And somebody asked, who is really benefiting from cheap labor? Who is really benefiting from cheap labor? Let me be honest with you. If an industry collapses the moment workers demand fair treatment, then the problem is not the workers, it is the system that is benefiting from everything. So black labor ain't safety. So black labor ain't there to help you in your broken system and policies. It is not. It's not a substitute for the reform, and it's not obligated to save the industry that never protects them at whichever cost. You know, when there's football match, they always their players to back up the team when maybe for substitute and everything. So after them remove, that's much better because that is a team and it's just a match for some few minutes, then it's over. But this is whereby they take the black Americans to work in their farm for a long time, no better income, no protection, bad condition, and nobody care about the future. You are out here to work for us. Nobody here is caring about you, protecting you, coming to save you. No one. So to the black Americans here and across the diaspora, let me be clear. You are not required to rescue a system that refuses to protect and respect you as an individual. You are allowed to choose a strategy over a sacrifice. You are allowed to choose strategy over sacrifice. You are allowed to say no without apology. This is global sales. Let me ask you a question before I leave here right now. If at all there was fair wages in America and everything and to the workers, would there be a problem of the workers or labor or something? If they will protect the black workers, would there be a problem at any cost? If they would be able to keep you safe, to give you a place to be, to give you a beautiful future, would there be a problem of the labor and everything in America? So black American in America, don't be used as a backup plan. Say no to some things without apology. You know your value, you know you're on demand. And if you go and buy clothes that is on demand, you'll buy the clothes on a very, very expensive, very much money, more money than you expect, because it is on demand. So be careful, stay safe, stay aware, stay warned. Be careful. And I love you all, Americans. Be blessed, black Americans. Be blessed, and see you in the next video. I'm out, and peace be with you.